Today we're gonna make some pulp mix consisting of 4 different fibers. I'm gonna call that medium weight pulp mix. It consists of 1 gram of abaca, which I would weigh, 1 gram of toned tan artist paper, 1 gram of newsprint, and then we're gonna do 1 gram of this paper, which is honeycomb. So we have 4 different fibers. We're gonna combine them to end up with a light color at the end that matches a lot of the books we work on. This is just fresh tap water. I'm gonna cut them even into smaller pieces as I put them into the water. So the reason why you soak them overnight is because you want to hydrate the fibers, and the fibers swell and they become easier to work with. Here's the abaca. All right, I'm going to cover the jar, give it a shake, let it sit at room temperature overnight to hydrate. All right, guys, overnight, and the fiber now looks well hydrated. And now we're gonna take it, we're gonna bring it to a boil. And boiling the paper before processing breaks down the leaf fibers a bit, so it's easier to process in the blender. And then they make the fibers more pliable to work with at the end. All right, guys, I just want to show you the color of the water. See, that's why you don't use it, because exude this color from the fibers that you don't want in your leaf casting. All right, guys, here's our fibers of fresh water added to it. And what I'm gonna do, transfer this over to the blender that we have in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and process the samples. All right, guys, next thing I'm gonna do is make the formation aid. Formation aid is basically 0.4 to 0.6 grams per 400 mils. It's 0.5, so it says between 0.4 and 0.6, so that's perfect. And I'm gonna add this to 400 mils of water. Right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stir this and let it sit for a few minutes, and then come back and assess it. All right, 100 mil goes here. 100 mils. And we should have 100 mils left over. And here's our original. This one is gonna get 5 grams of CNF. This one is gonna get 2.5 grams of CNF. And this one will get 1.25 grams of CNF. And we'll see which one does the best, right? All right, here's the 5.05, so a little bit off. Actually, it's fine the way it is. CNF is mostly water, right? This is very much water. 2.5 is this much. Look at that, 2.5. 1.26, perfect. So we have them. We're gonna have to stir them now, one by one. This is 40 millimeter in diameter, and I'm gonna add 3 mils to each one of 4 of these circles, right? And then what I'm gonna do is after I finish it, let them dry and then measure the amount of shrinkage that each one experiences and look at the tensile strength of each, right? All right, guys, so I made 4 different circles ranging from 0% to 5%, right? This one here is free of nanocellulose. This one has 1.25%, this has 2.5%, this has 5%. So we're gonna cover this. All right, guys, so after the water is absorbed, of course, they're still wet. Look at the diameter here, let's see. This one is 4.5. This one is 4. This one is 4. This one is 3.8. All right, so a little bit different diameter. That's okay though. If I measure them this way, 3.8. So they're almost like full circles, right? Okay, so we let them now air dry until tomorrow. No disturbance, right? And measure how much they shrunk by, right? So you can see the 5%, what's happened to it, right? It's very wrinkly already, right? 2.5% isn't bad. The 1.25% is great, and so is the regular, right? Let's look at them from the back side, see how they are. This would be the 5%. You see how it's wrinkled? That's the fiber of the nanocellulose shrinking, right? Pulling the fiber tend to shrink by almost 11%, and that is too much fiber when you put 5%. When you put none, it's pretty good. When you put 1.25, it's pretty good. This is sort of in between the 2.5. I would say 1.25 is the best right now. So I'm going to try leaf casting on a book on something with the 1.25 to see how it is, right? Shall we peel it off and see how it is? Let's do that. Let's peel it off, peel them off. Let me measure the dimensions first, see what they are in comparison. So this one experienced 2 millimeter shrinkage. From here to here. 4, and this one is 3.9, and this one is 3.6, right? Okay, let's see now if we can take this one off. Compare the strength of each. I would hypothetically say the one with the most nanocellulose looks pretty stiff to me. Okay. Pretty strong, pretty stiff, right? It bends, but there is stiffness to it, right? This one, stiffness to it, also bends. Not bad, I would say. The 2.5%, not bad at all. Pretty strong. The 1.25%, very strong, unyieldy. I like this a lot, right? And then the no nanocellulose, look what happened. would say for leaf casting, I would use either the 1.25 or around 2 grams per 100 of mils of pulp, right? That should give you probably the best results at the end. I'm going to try the 1.25. The less is better, right? Because I'm not trying to drown the pulp here with nanocellulose at the end, right? You just need it just for some support of the leaf casting material. This is very, very good stuff, guys.